interception. Lino Rosso.
What a remarkable drive, man. That's an All-American drive right here.
It's not exactly unwarranted. Like, when you have a guy that's that electric.
The legend himself, the GOAT, Dre Crowell.
Where my warm bottle movement at?
That kills your argument right there. Anything can happen. This game is not over.
What's good, Relocation Football League fans? It's your boy Smitty here, joined along with Bill and Rob. This will be another podcast in which we do not have our face cams. We will be looking to get that hopefully by next week, looking to try to work on, a little presentation thing. Haven't had the chance as of late because of course, working on this upcoming college series, which is set to start tomorrow. What are your guys' thoughts so far on that? Like, how excited are you that College Series 3 is pretty much 24 hours away, less than that?
I'm just happy that we're finally here, man, because a lot of these dudes been doing a lot of talking in the Discord, and now it's time to put up or shut up. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, man. I was a little bit worried been watching the Discord. This year I decided not to really talk with the guys earlier on. Normally I get started earlier, back in January, February. But I decided not to talk with these guys early this year, man. I wanted to just watch them. So I got to watch a lot of guys, and I'm going to just tell you, it was real quiet on the seas in RFL, man, for a few months. And then I'm going to tell you, this summer, man, I don't know what it was, man. Something about the summertime, man. People start to get ratchet. And so we had some people enter the Discord, man, and come alive and everything. I'm not going to say all their names right now, man. I'm not giving them too much clout right now, man, But, yeah, a lot of guys coming to Discord and change the game, man. Season 3 has finally awakened, and I'm just going to say it right now. This could turn out to be the best college series that we've had this year. I know we said that last year with Season 2, but, hey, you're supposed to get better, right? So hopefully this might be kind of exciting, at least on a trash talk tip. So we'll see how it goes.
And not only that, I mean, it's definitely going to be exciting due to the fact, of course, we're finally in franchise where all the statistics are going to be held. Don't have to worry about having to take all those pictures like we've been having to do the last couple of years. And of course, our stats guys ain't got to worry about that anymore. But let's go ahead and get into our main topic. Our first topic is the preseason top 25. And you see what it says here on the topic by overall. So what I did was, instead of just ranking the top 25 myself, honestly, this college series is really up in the air with a lot of great teams. So what I just decided to do, week 1, let's just start it out. Whoever has the highest overall, let's just put them at the rankings there. Most of it made sense anyway. And I decided who I thought would probably make sense, whoever had the same overall, to be over top. So let's go ahead and get a look at that top 25 overall. If you guys saw the top 10 that was released earlier, that has actually changed. And you will be surprised. A couple of teams that went up here and also knocked out Ohio State, who was at the number 1 spot. And here we go. Once again, at number 1 to start the season, it is Clemson. They've jumped up to a 94 overall. And another big shock here is Miami was a 92 on the top 10. Now they are 94. I got them as the number 2 team. And we got Ohio State. I said they dropped at 4, but they're at 3 here. They also are at a 94. So we have 3 94 overall teams. Alabama comes in at 4 at 93. At 5, Notre Dame 92. Also 92 is North Carolina at 6. And we have 3 91s here with Georgia at 7, West Virginia 8. USC at 9, 2 90s with Baylor and Oregon at 10 and 11. We got 2 89s. 12 is Oklahoma, 13 LSU. 3 88 overall teams with 14 Michigan, 15 Florida, 16 Tennessee. 2 87s with TCU, then Texas. At 19, we have the only 86 overall team here, Oklahoma State. Maryland comes in at 20 at an 84. Texas A&M an 84 at 21. 22, another 84, South Carolina. And the rest 83s with Auburn at 23. Penn State at 24. And Stanford returning back after skipping last year's college series at 25, the last teams. Now, of course, you guys, I know, don't, other than what we saw in the podcast last time, you guys don't really know everything about this roster. We'll learn a lot more as a unit after this first week goes by. So I just went off the overalls off of first. So of course we know overalls don't mean anything. This is definitely bound to change after week 1. What is you guys' thoughts on this list based off of, what you know of the players that are submitted on these teams?
My everything on here looks pretty, sort of expected in my mind. You expected Clemson, Miami, and Alabama, and Georgia to be up here. I'm a little shocked Georgia's a little bit lower than, but again, that's going off of last year, and I can't do that. The one thing that sort of stands out to me is TCU, who for a while there seemed to have all of the commits, is now back down at 17. And if I'm not mistaken, right, all the players stayed regardless if they made check-ins or not. So it's like, to have that many commits, even if they're not all active in the Discord, some of these guys had some pretty jacked up builds of their way down at 17, because they had, like, at one point, the highest amount of commits out of the whole series. So that's a little interesting to me. I thought they'd be higher just based off of the amount of submitted players we had, but I guess some of those guys didn't know what they were doing too much, huh?
Yeah, man. After last year, and with respect to the ninth round game, man. With respect to that, I don't judge teams by how many players they got anymore, because as you guys know, last year, right, we had teams that had a whole bunch of players, and they didn't do like we thought they were going to do. So this year, I don't care if you got 35 submits on your offense or whatever it is. I don't care what you got, man. It don't matter. What's going to matter is when we get in that foul, right, and we start playing these games out, man, and we start to see how it's going, week to week. We all know in franchise, overall don't matter. We've seen it. Overall don't matter. And definitely not how many players you got, man, So the way I'm going is like this, man. We're going to see, what builds, as Bill just said, what these builds are looking like, man. Are these builds, are these quarterbacks, who have made their team better now? Are these quarterbacks actually going to perform? Are these wide receivers good enough, right? Because there's a lot of areas besides just catching and speed that you need on a wide receiver, right? Are these DBs? What I like is the DBs, man. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. So honestly, man, this looks good. Yeah, it looks real, real good right now. But we're going to get to see starting tomorrow, man, what it's all about.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things I'm looking forward to in this college series. Of course, we got some new teams that have never been a part of the college series before. But I'm very interested to see if these new guys can pick up, or if not, do better than what this college series 2 guys did with their team. Of course, there's a lot of weight on the shoulders of AR, as we like to call him, for Georgia. Very undersized at quarterback, 5'9", 179. We already know all the talk about that. But, he's going to have to really prove that he's still going to be able to control Georgia to keep them as that top team in the series. He's got to work his way up here from 7. There's a lot of really great teams up here in front of him. What is you guys' thoughts on that? Do you guys feel that Georgia, with all these powerhouse teams now, is going to be able to at least get themselves possibly in the talks of the top 4?
I mean, it's anybody's ballgame at this point. You look at just the 91 rating that they're at. Like, you can, even if you throw the ratings out the window, like, you can throw them out the window to some degree, but at some point you got to realize that, like, a 91 is probably not going to lose to an 83 religiously. But even at that point, they're number 7, and that's just going straight off of rating alone. You're going to have a couple of these 90s, 89s, 88s putting in wins, especially based off the schedule, to sort of push that narrative of, well, we can be up there too, just like Georgia can. And it's hard to everybody wants to sort of put Georgia on that pedestal because they did it last year. They were the first RFL College Series team to ever go undefeated. They won the national championship, but all of those guys are gone. This is a fresh slate of players. They could be the worst team. Like, no offense, I'm not saying you guys will be, but, like, let's just be honest. They could go on a 5-game losing streak to start out the season. We don't know because we don't know any of these guys. So I'm not comfortable making that kind of assumption yet because we have no clue what these guys are going to do yet. And there's a lot of really good teams. You got the whole left side of the panel is all 89 and up. I mean, that's a cluster right there of teams that, it could really go either way. LSU has just as good a chance in my mind as Notre Dame does or Alabama does to make a name for themselves this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was putting these user submitted on the teams, man. I kind of had a different outlook, and I haven't had the foul for about 14 days now, somewhere in there, and so I don't really know. I don't really know who's who and what and what's what now because we've not only had, you know, some. I think were you able to put some of the generics on there, Smitty? I think you said.
Yeah, I put a good amount.
Yeah,
I'll talk about that
yeah,
as a
yeah,
topic
yeah, yeah,
also towards the end.
yeah. So yeah, we know that there's been some additions. We also know that guys have, uh, in my opinion, y'all got a break, boy. Y'all got lucky, man, because we showed those rosters off in the last stream, and next thing you know, everybody's making offensive lines and
Yeah,
defensive
everybody
lines.
went.
You're welcome. You're all welcome. All right. So anyway, um, back to what I was saying though. So these teams have kind of flipped now, man. Maryland, 7 prospects now, man. It's crazy. They only had one guy, now they got 7, man. So it's gonna be difficult to say. I don't want to say who's gonna be the front runner right now. I don't want to put Georgia down. I don't want to say West Virginia's not good or whatever. Although my stance on West Virginia did change after I saw them lose the center on the O line there. That kind of was disturbing there. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. I just can't wait till I can actually see the teams. Like I haven't seen them yet. I just know what I think I know about the rosters. And if you ask me, then I think that Georgia got a lot better. Definitely. Still a 91, but they got a lot better. They've added some. They added some beef, some big uglies around Sire. So that's going to be pretty interesting there. North Carolina still getting better. They've got their guys there. Notre Dame, I've been speaking highly of Notre Dame for a while here. Still surprised they're at number 5 with that O-line, Smitty, man. Those guys are high 80s on the O-line. So that's going to be interesting to see there. Bama, you already know what Bama. I can't really judge Bama. I'm a Bama fan. Guys know that through and through. In the RFL, I do support them because it is Bama, but I do have to be a realist at times. So sometimes you'll see me supporting them heavy, and then sometimes I'll just tear them down if they're not doing well. But I can't really judge Bama in this because Bama doesn't have the recruits. This is a mixture of the real life team and a few guys. So they're 93, and to me is kind of like, I'm not gonna say it's unrealistic. It's not what we wanted this year, but unfortunately we didn't have time to build those players. But
Bama is all the way completed.
Well, but they still have a majority of real life players, though, correct? Or do they have
that? There was 2 teams I was able to pretty much fully complete. Actually, I think about 3, which was Alabama, North Carolina, and West Virginia. So those are true ratings with all generics and submits.
Oh, well, that's good then, because I think it's been under the impression of what the buzz has been around the league is that this is mostly a real team with a few players, not an actual mostly generic, team or whatever. So that's good there. So that's going to be interesting as well. Ohio State going up. They were 93 last time I checked in the foul, and now to see that they've come out 94, that's scary there. Kind of a team that has competed the last couple of years and definitely were well put together, assembled here. And then of course with Miami as well, I'm really gonna want to see what Miami's gonna do this year. We kind of had the same thing last year, but in my opinion, they had some much better builds this year, especially at the QB position. And I think that this might be a totally different team this year as well. And then Clemson, man, wow, just a crazy team that I saw in the foul, man. And again, I'm not sure exactly what you put on there, but what I saw with Clemson was just absolutely just scary, man. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, so that's the top 25. I'll be posting this on social media for you guys to look at as well. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button on that when you see it, and also hit the like on this video. If you were enjoying the podcast, join the RFL today and visit our website, relocationfootballleague.com. But now after that, we already know what game number 1 is. Let's see the rest of the schedule here for week 1 of the college series. So, of course, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, we kick things off with a real-life matchup that went heavily in the favor of Alabama. It's Miami versus Bama. Things might be different as we've seen from the overalls. What I'll do is I'll go through here. You guys give your opinions. Of course, like I said, I know you guys don't really know too much because you guys haven't had hands on the file like that. But still, just give what you can on who you think is going to come up with these matchups as we go through this list. So tomorrow, Bama and Miami. Who do you think wins this?
Man, this is way too hard, man. I have no clue because we could be completely wrong. Like you said, I don't know.
Even I could be completely wrong. I'm not even going.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even know like what these teams look like. You know what I mean? I mean, we know what they look like, but like what they look like on a roster sheet and what they look like in an actual game is two completely different things. I'm just gonna take. I'll take Miami. I'm gonna take Miami. And they got all the players that go down there. Even the guys who played for Alabama last year went to Miami. So I mean, they got everybody.
Yeah, man. This is also a toss up for me as well. But I'm gonna always take a strong team at home, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and just say that Alabama protects home turf against Miami. Miami puts up a great fight. This might be a shootout. Might come down to the last minute in the fourth quarter with one of these teams.
Yeah, definitely is going to be a very interesting game. Also had bets. Seen quite a bit of people bet it this week. Of course, trying to get the reloads. I didn't get too much time to work on what we were going to do with the college series in terms of you guys being able to use your reloads during the college series, but we will have that available. But that'll probably be next week, hopefully. So I'll let you guys know how that all is going to go. But I have Bama from the spreads by winning by 10 or more points. Now, this is what I will say. This was the spreads that I made before I saw that Miami had that jump. So if I had to take a spread point back, a spread back, I would definitely have lowered this from 10 to where it was. I'm still going to go with Bama, but I'm going to probably go with Bama with like under a touchdown winning this game.
Y'all hear that right now? That means go and bet on this because that spread is jacked. Go put him in before he decides to change his mind and close it.
All right, so
well, hey, bets don't close. Bets close at 6 p.m. No, 8 p.m. tomorrow night, guys. Just to let y'all know. So you got time to you can delete whatever, and there's no edited post though. You can't edit it. Mm-hmm. You can delete your post and then repost again and put your bid in there.
All right, so that's going to be the only game for tomorrow to kick off the season. Then we take a day off on Friday. We come back on Saturday with the first with the 5 1 p.m. games. We also have 5 4 p.m. games. So we got 10 premier games that will be shown for guys who don't know about how the premier games work. We have our premier games show live at the same time. So all the 1 p.m. games will be happening at the same time. You guys can jump in and watch any game that you guys want to watch, hop in and out of each one, or have multiple on multiple devices. But first game we have here, Iowa and Florida. For guys who watched the college series last season, Iowa was a shocker. It was a sleeper team. Started out really rough. I remember they went 0-4, and they just turned things around really fast and ended up going 6-6, I believe, on the season, making a bowl appearance against Florida. And I was the one in the conference room when we were trying to decide the bowl game, saying, "Man, I don't think Iowa is going to be able to hang with Florida at all." And Bill, I know you remember that. And Bill was really pitching for Iowa to play Florida in that game. So, and then the other guys in there were saying the same. So I was just saying, all right, we'll see what happens. But I think Florida's going to probably blow them out. But the game happened, and it was the complete opposite. This was when Kurt Peterson and Cleon Markman, those guys went off and absolutely destroyed Florida, and they're going to be playing them for the first game this season, of course, without the same guys. But I'm going to take Florida bouncing back and getting this win here.
Yeah, a lot of these games, like I said, with not knowing a whole lot about what to expect, I'm probably going to go off of initial seeding, or I'm going to go off of home field advantage. So if it's playing in Florida, I'm going to take Florida here. Plus, they're obviously ranked, and Iowa is not. So I'm going to go with the safe bet here this week.
Yeah, man. Florida has that devastating tight end, Andres Garcia, man. So I'm looking to really see, what he's able to do. Somebody who hasn't been talking a whole lot. He was a transfer from Texas. Is going to be that kid, that quarterback, Chris Jones. I think that his build was actually better than the former QB's build. That we had to get out of here. Yeah, Trevor Carey. Yeah, we had to get that guy out of here. So,
you talking Corey?
Yeah. Cut the check. Yeah. So with zero balance, baby. Anyway, yeah. So Chris Jones, I'm looking to see what Chris Jones, is going to do out here. And I think that Florida, is probably going to come out here, and definitely get that done. And it's going to be interesting too, man. You guys know I was a big fan of Iowa last season with KP and Markman, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if they got the weapons this year. So I look for Florida to get that done.
Yeah, and Iowa only has one prospect that's currently on the team, and that is he changed his name, so it's not going to be Latte Batiste anymore. He changed it to Leo Batiste, so it's going to be Leo Batiste. That's the only player on Iowa, though, at the running back position. And of course, I believe Chris Jones now is the only player too at Florida because the tight end didn't check in, but Garcia will still be in. I did not change his name, so I'm gonna have to change his name like later on. But he did play. But moving on to the next game, LSU versus UCLA. LSU last season, I really felt they had a potential to be a top tier team. With the players that they had, the biggest issue with them was the run game. But now they got Mr. Diesel in the backfield here. Can Wayne Diesel get it done for LSU at home over UCLA? I'm going to take him, though, because I feel like with that playmaker at the running back position that had more speed, which he does, I think LSU would have been one of those top teams that's going to be tough to beat, and I don't see UCLA beating them. Who is a unranked team? I think they're the lowest ranked. Let me see. Yeah, they're ranked 32. So dead last. So
Sweet.
80 overall team. I don't have a 32 here like on the graphic, but let me go ahead and see the where I put them here. Yeah, so there's 2 80 overall teams, Arizona State and then UCLA. And I had to give it to Arizona State as number 31. Either way, it's still terrible.
In your face, chat, because I saw y'all in there saying that Wisconsin's the bottom team. In your face, chat.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So who you got here, Bill? You think LSU gets?
I was thinking about how good that felt to know that Wisconsin wasn't the worst. So let me get back into my mode here.
Wisconsin moment.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna take LSU, but I swear, if Diesel doesn't live up to this name, we're changing it next week. Fair enough, right? Got to average at least 7 yards a carry, 3 touchdowns.
We need. I'm not thinking of it off the top of my head because I can't think of it. But like, what's a weak gas? Because I know they got the diesel gas.
Ethanol. We're gonna name him ethanol.
Something weak.
Yeah.
I call him some weak gas.
Wayne unleaded.
Rubbing alcohol. That's what it is. Something, man. We're gonna call him something, man. What we gonna call that boy? He out here acting like 97 premium, man. I don't know about 97 premium, Wayne.
Yeah,
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, you the unleaded 3% ethanol.
Yeah. Kerosene, something, man.
Yeah, kerosene.
lot of fluid.
Kerosene.
We gonna call that boy a lot of fluid. Charcoal fluid. We ain't calling you diesel, man. I don't know about that, man.
Gotta ball out for that.
Hey, LSU's gonna be overpowered in this matchup. I know the UCLA guys. I know y'all out there at your cardigans and everything, preppy guys and everything, man. LSU about to ball all over these guys, man. Kopasak at the quarterback. They got Wayne at the halfback. Hey, they got some studs, man, on both sides. They got a no-fly zone. I believe, Smitty, do they still have the no-fly zone at safety? It's strong safety and free safety? 95 overall average, both of them.
They only have the strong safety, Blake Moon, now.
Okay, so who's the other guy now on the free safety?
Well, he is still the guy, but his name will get changed. So technically, he's still there, though. You know.
Oh, yes. Is he still 94 overall?
95. So yeah, he just won't be that guy.
So they averaging 95 up there in the secondary. Do they still have that cornerback too? They had a couple of cornerbacks that were 90s as well.
Lost the one that was at the top, but he's still there. Once again, he's still there. Okay. Nobody replaced him. But they only have one submitted cornerback there who's going to have to take the number 1 spot from him, which is Robert Harbor.
Okay. And one more question: do they have a new middle linebacker, or do they have Drew Falk? I don't know where Drew was supposed to go.
The only 2 additions that LSU got was I don't know why it says Ryan Kopasik here. He's been on here, but wide receiver Brady Urker.
Got you. Yeah. LSU's overpowered in this one, guys. Probably gonna be a blowout.
All right, so Louisville, new team in the RFL College Series. Tennessee, a team that really struggled. If I'm not mistaken, were they the ones that were the worst team?
Tennessee.
I believe it was Tennessee that had the worst record last year.
Yeah, I
in
think
last year's
so.
College Series.
Oh yeah, they had Luke Poor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 years.
Rest in peace.
But
man.
I guess what? And speaking
He's
of
just
that, guess what I got back?
So they must have been the worst.
I got the bell back.
Oh, all right.
So
there we
got
go.
the bell for the Tennessee's last season. But look at this, man. Of course, it's just overall, but they're ranked at 16.
Wow.
Right in the middle of the pack. I'm going to take Tennessee in this one. Who you guys got?
I'm gonna take Louisville because they got cool unis.
Bill going off unis. Hey, Louisville got a quarterback and he looks
What else
sweet,
am I supposed
y'all.
to go off of yet, man? I don't know nothing about these teams.
Hey, what's the quarterback, Smitty, for Louisville?
They don't have a submitted guy here.
Are you sure they don't have a submitted guy?
Yeah, no
No,
submitted
they
guy
don't.
for Louis.
Really?
You know what? I'm gonna take. You know what? I'm changing my mind. I'm gonna take Tennessee because they have a guy named Slim Duncan, and that's a cool name.
I thought Louisville had a quarterback, man.
Now, they actually have no submitted players.
None?
Wow.
None.
But everybody wanted to go to Notre Dame.
Did he not check in or something?
No, there is. I think there used to be.
I can
there
tell
used
you.
to be a
Yeah.
player at Louisville.
I
Was it
can
the
tell you. Let me
quarterback?
pull up
Let me
this
see.
sheet here quick.
It was a halfback,
can
Mike
tell you.
Jackson. He's not there no more.
Mike Jackson is done?
Yeah, he didn't
Oh,
check in.
Louisville.
We did have we did have a quarterback there. I know why you're thinking of it because he was in the chat for a while. Then he went MIA.
He was
Leo
also-
Savage.
I didn't have him at all from even the probably original the one when I first.
It was
started making
original.
these.
It was Leo Savage
Yeah,
Jr.
I did build.
He got
Didn't
cut
I
a
build
while
Leo
ago.
Savage? Oh, he got cut a while. Oh man,
He
Louisville
got cut
out here.
before we even started making them.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He got cut
Yeah.
like right after first check-ins.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Terrible.
I could have
Yeah.
swore he was in the chat for a while though.
I guess we gotta go with Slim Duncan, man. Slim Duncan for the
Slim
victory, guys.
All right, game number 4 of the 1 p.m.s. We got South Carolina making a return back to the RFL College Series from College Series 1, and we've got Washington, who's unranked. I'm going to take South Carolina from home field advantage here.
I'm gonna take South Carolina because I don't trust nothing Washington does after this last weekend in real life.
Oh man, this is gonna be a difficult game to call, guys. I don't know, man. Oh man. All right. So is there anybody here at these schools, Smitty?
Hold on,
So
real quick,
I don't
guys.
think nobody submitted to either. Let me see South
Hold
Carolina.
on, real quick, guys.
Mhm.
I just saw some in the chat, and I'm glad that you came in and said that, Big Daddy Gaming. I don't want to say your name too many times because that sounds a little weird. But anyway, thanks for saying that chat there. Andres Garcia did check in last week. I don't know how the heck I missed that.
He did?
Yeah.
Well, he's still
Andres-
there. Well, he's still
Yeah,
there.
he's
so we
still
can
there.
just change his name. Big Daddy Game. I don't like BD Gaming.
Yeah, just say that.
Big Daddy, Big Daddy, hey Big Daddy.
That's why
we ain't
we-
saying that no more,
Yeah,
That's
dog.
why we
Message
don't
me
call
on
it
the
Daddy
website,
League.
and I can
Daddy
get you
League,
a
just
I
call
can
it
get you
Daddy
a Discord invite. My bad. That's my fault.
You good, Bill.
But yeah, message us on the website, and I'll get you an invite later after the podcast.
Yeah, so there was you asked about who was here. I did see one South Carolina. Let me see.
Oh wait, no, they got a cornerback.
They got
don't
cornerback
Ziggy,
Dior Santana.
Ziggy Kings on Washington.
Washington, let me see.
Yeah, that's a submitted.
If he
I thought,
was,
or is that a real guy?
If it's probably a real guy, because I don't see nobody here. If it was Ziggy, he didn't check in, so he got cut.
Oh boy, oh boy. Rest
The
in
big
peace,
guys
man.
getting dropped off. Yeah, let's play the bell.
Yeah.
Get him out of here.
Who got dropped off?
If it was a cornerback for Washington, he's not on this list anymore.
After
Wow.
this past weekend, they all just quit. They went home.
Yeah, he's out of here.
Man, oh man.
So all of us said South Carolina here.
Yeah.
Yeah, South Carolina. We'll go with them.
Okay,
They got
South
cool unis,
Carolina
too.
got them. The point spread is they got to win by 4 or more points. And the last 1 p.m. game that we have is Stanford versus Oklahoma State. Let's see what I have here for the spreads here. I had Oklahoma State winning this by 6 or more points.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I think that's fair. I don't know if it's going to be that. I think it'll be a close game, but again, we don't know what any of these teams are like, so it's hard to decide. But I'll go with OSU. They're ranked higher for a reason that might come into play at least in week 1 before momentum kicks in.
Looks like Stanford has a halfback. I'm gonna root for Le Cavalier. Or Le Cavalier. Was it Le Cavalier or Yay?
I think it's Yay.
Cavalier.
Yeah, Le Cavalier. Yeah, so we'll root for that guy there. And
He's in the
yeah,
chat.
man.
Oak State
Yeah,
got a few
he's
guys. One guy that's been extremely hype is Matt Roper.
Matt Roper. Yep, that's good. Yep. So they got a couple of guys out there, man. So it won't be on deaf ears watching just an all generic game, whatever, or a computer game, man. So yeah. We'll see how those guys do, man. And one thing I like about the guys who are I get it. We all want to compete. We all want to win a natty, but we also all want to get drafted as well. And winning a natty doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get drafted. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I like when I have the guys, the one or two guys on a team, and they're in their own position. We get to see those guys against all the defenses in the league and see how they're going to do, because that kind of also gives me more of a realistic vibe. With the college teams and their success, because every team in the RFL is not just like OP or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to always have an OP squad next to you. These guys right now, they're 85s and they got 95 surrounding them. That's not true about the RFL. So I do like to actually see guys, especially receivers, when they're by themselves on a team, see them get that work, what they can do. It's much easier to find a player. So big shout out to guys, to the little guys, out here, who are on these teams, man.
All right, we kick off the 4 p.m. games with Oklahoma versus Arizona State. And I have off the spreads, Oklahoma winning this by more than a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go to Oklahoma here too. You said Arizona State's like, what is we said 31st or 32nd in the rankings.
Yeah,
Oklahoma's 12th. I mean, at some point you got to grow with the overalls, at least in the first couple weeks before momentum takes over. So I'm gonna go with Oklahoma, and also it's my new quarterback's old school, so I'm gonna cheer him on a little bit.
Yeah, man. I'm just gonna go against the grain here. I definitely get what Bill is saying, but I'm just gonna say that Arizona State gets it done. At home game, it's nice to have them. Unfortunately, they won't be able to have their. I don't think they're going to be able to have their field, Smitty. Have you seen that yet?
No, I didn't.
I don't think they. Yeah, I don't think they have their field. But everybody's playing at Wimbledon or whatever it is. So, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It's a new team, man. I want to see what they look like.
He said Wimbledon.
Whatever it is, what's it called?
We out here playing tennis, Serena Williams.
Yeah, right.
The Wembley.
Wembley. Yeah, Wembley. There you go. They get a bell for that one, man.
And I just wanted to put this out there, PD Gaming. I just added you back to the list. You are back on the list. My apologies for missing that. And as soon as I looked at the check-ins, I saw your name. So I don't know how I missed that. So
wait, is that Tavion?
No, that's the Andres tight end guy from Florida.
Yeah,
Okay.
Andres Garcia.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's our predictions on that. Next, we got Oregon versus Auburn. This was a great game last college series from what I am imagining off the top of my head. I feel like I remember Owen Jack and Javon Warren going at it in this game. But who do I have here in the spreads? I got Oregon. They are a higher ranked team, higher overall team. And Auburn, their team just seemed to have fell off from its base. They down to an 83 overall. Overall doesn't play effect in everything, and I know that Auburn's at home, but this Oregon team looks pretty tough from what I've seen, so I'm taking Oregon.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think Oregon will take this one. Oregon. It's easy.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, man. I know Auburn has is it Killian Hawks?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the guy, tight end? So that's going to be pretty interesting to watch that guy too. Another one of those just players that's on a lonely team, whatever.
No more. He didn't make.
He's off here now.
He's out of here.
Man, oh man. So forget this sheet I got over here, man. Go ahead and throw that away, man. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead and go with Oregon, guys. Sorry about that, man.
Man, guys, that goes to show you how many guys dropping out.
Man.
We weren't playing no games this
my
year.
God.
Guys. I'm telling you.
What in the world? Oof.
Next game we have Notre Dame versus Florida State. Now, I've been hearing a lot of guys saying this is going to be a blowout, and of course Florida State's not even ranked, one of those lower ranked teams for sure in here, and really haven't been good since. Well, they haven't been good really at all in the college series, but average at best. And then this Notre Dame team stacked. But remember last year, these guys only won 2 games. They were terrible. So who do you guys got winning this one? I'm, of course, going to take Notre Dame. But, you got to keep your eyes peeled for any type of upset.
I'm taking the upset here. I'm going to take Florida State.
Come on, Bill. Come on, Bill.
I'm going to do it. This is like the most lopsided matchup we have this week, and I'm going to take it.
Well, I'm afraid to even talk, man. I don't even know if Notre Dame is a true Notre Dame anymore, man.
Exactly.
Do they still got gold helmets or are they bronze now, man? What's going on? I don't know, man. Well, you tell me, Smitty. Is Notre Dame still good?
The team looks great, but
like they still got the O-line?
Do they still have the O-line?
They had a whole bunch of high 80s, man. Close to 90s on the O-line, man.
Tackle.
Oh, man.
Is that it?
Shout out to Tyler Grigson, man. Where Tyler Grigson at, man? Is he still out there?
I think they only have 2 linemen now.
Oh, my gosh.
Who does?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, they only have 2 linemen.
And,
well, they still have the linemen there at least.
Yeah,
they're just different names.
Yeah.
Oh, they're different names. Okay, so they'll still have those guys. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. I want to say Notre Dame gets it done, man. At home against Florida State.
Yeah, I'm going with them, but like if I just feel like the same way with you guys is like so much hype around
upset
this
alert.
team that like I wouldn't be shocked if an upset happens. I'm just
I'm not trying to poke the bear or make anybody mad, but let's look at Miami last year. Last year, before the season, if you asked anybody, Miami was going straight to the national championship. Skip 1 through 13 weeks, just go straight to the playoffs and win it all. And look what happened. You never know what's going to happen. It could be the schedule. It could be, whatever, the scheme. So, yeah, Notre Dame is ranked 5. And no, I'm not actually a Notre Dame hater. I actually like Notre Dame in real life. Not as much as I like my Wisconsin Badgers. But I just like giving somebody crap and you guys eat it up. So that's why I do it. But we don't know what Notre Dame's going to do, Yeah. So I'm just winging it. It's week 1. Let's have some fun.
Let me ask you, does Jet Blade still have the wide receiver core or did they not check in?
They still have all their 3 receivers.
Okay. And Jet Blade is still there, right? He's still there. All right, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, man.
Yeah.
What about Vince McDonald? Is he still there, the halfback?
Yeah, all the players who were there that was in there in the initial, they'll still technically be there. But they just won't, like if they didn't check in, then their player's name will be replaced.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna see, guys. We're gonna see how it goes, man. I'll go ahead and take Notre Dame, man, at home.
All right, next game at 4 p.m. Michigan versus USC. This is a solid game right here, but USC's kind of dope. They were dope last year, made the playoffs. Of course, lost in the first. I think who did they play? Bama. I think it was Bama that beat them. Yep, and they're a 91 overall team right here. And Michigan, they're a pretty solid team too. We know what their issue was. Quarterback was their issue. Let me see. Do they have? Because once again, I'm still learning everybody as well. Here.
I can't remember, but didn't we have it wasn't the quarterback not end up being very good after final build? If I remember
Gonzalez?
You talk about for Michigan?
For Michigan.
Yeah, it's Austin Briley. Remember, he's the one who had that like 60-something overall awareness.
64 awareness.
Yeah, so pair that with my bad taste in my mouth. Yeah, I'm gonna go with USC.
Yeah, I always worry about a quarterback with that kind of low awareness. I'm not sure how that's going to translate on with the college teams or whatever. But I've been playing Madden for quite a long time, man. I think that 64 awareness it's not good, and so especially facing tougher competition. And so just because of that alone, man, you value the QB here in the RFL, and I just think that goes to the other guy on the other side. So we'll see how that comes to play. Hopefully, Briley though is able to prove us all wrong.
Yeah, so I got USC from the spreads here, 5 or more points. And the last 4 p.m. game we have is Texas versus Texas A&M. I got Texas winning by 5 or more points as well on the road.
Ooh, this is tough. I think
Come on, man. You got to go with Texas just because of Moses, man. I can't even think about it. Moses is out here, man. Let me get MK in the chat, guys. Moses King.
but it's
They got
You know
a Red
what?
Sea emoji here.
Yeah, you gotta
wait a minute, the Red Sea. Oh, I see what you
Moses.
did there. I would say that's orange.
Moses.
But anyway, I know what you're
Lead
saying.
them to the promised land, man.
Gotta lead
All
them
right,
to the
all right,
promised
all
land.
right. I'll go Texas.
Gotta go Texas just because of Moses, man. Sorry,
I
Texas
swear to
A&M.
God, Moses, if you
Sorry. The man's name is
if you
Moses.
don't live up to this hype
Yeah.
right now, I
Instead
don't
of
know what
building
we're
arcs,
changing your name to, but it's going to be something different.
instead
Is
of building
Donald
arcs, better build
Duback out
leads.
here?
Who?
Is Donald
Duback?
Duback still in? Yeah, Duback, is he still in the That's the halfback for Texas A&M. We gonna wish him all
He
the
didn't
best as
check
well.
in. I mean,
No,
he's
he's
probably
outta here.
still in the file,
Yeah,
but he
he's
didn't
outta
check
here.
in.
Yeah, we got to
it.
go with Moses, man. Big shout out to Moses King, man. One of the best names I've seen here in the
And he
RFL.
also they had no submitted receivers, and they got 2 during the reopening process with DJ Brooks and Kendrick Dixon. So he's got some weapons now. At least he should have, some with the attributes that could be added.
Is CJ Cooper still on Texas?
No.
No.
Nope. Only guys
Rest
who are
in
here
peace.
got King, the receivers, and then the cornerback Cook.
Okay.
Isaiah
So
Cook.
Kendrick Dixon is out here, 99 acceleration, 90 speed. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna see.
I'm excited to see. Actually, I do want to see DJ Brooks. I like that big-bodied receiver. We got 6'5", 225,
99 catching.
99 catching. So
Yikes.
Yeah.
85 route running across the board. 90 deep. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one right there to see how those receivers correspond and work with MK. But the final game, this is a huge one. This was in second place of votes for the opener. But Clemson versus Georgia, this is the second year in a row. Am I not mistaken? Is this the third year in a row that this game that they've played each other in week 1?
I believe so, man.
Yeah, so 3 years, I believe, in a row.
It's just a tradition for the RFL at this point.
And I got the
Right.
I got the colleges flipped, the names flipped, so I bailed myself right there. I didn't realize
Oh,
that. But it's
Georgia's
actually
not. Oh, I see what you did.
yeah,
I see what you
Georgia's home, and let me make sure of this. Oh yeah, Georgia.
I was going to
is
ask about
home,
this too
and
because it looks
Clemson's
like
away.
some of were the dates supposed to be different here?
No, they weren't. I had what happened was I accidentally put where Baylor and North Carolina was. I had those 2 games switched, and then what I did was I just moved them, and I forgot to change the dates back. So
Okay, so
yeah.
Georgia Clemson is actually September 11th.
Mm-hmm. That'll be on the
And-
11th, same day. Me and Rob will be calling that one at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
I got I think I went with Georgia here. Let me see. No, I actually went with Clemson. A field goal or more.
I'm buying in, man. I'm buying into the hype. Mr. 5'9", Mr. AR, Mr. 179. I'm gonna go Georgia.
Yeah, it's difficult, man. Like I say, man, you got to go with a great team at home. I understand Clemson is the number 1 school overall. Big shout out to Cinco Gardides, and those guys out there. They've got a great team. They're gonna put up a tough fight. I just think that Georgia probably does get it done at home, just because they're at home, man. But make no mistake, man. Hey, Clemson. They've been a sleepy giant here, and I'm really kind of excited to see this all go down, man. Because oh boy,
Yeah,
that's
let's
gonna be
not
a great
forget
game.
that the Clemson was the first national champions of the RFL
Yeah,
College Series.
I know it.
This is a team that's been great every single year.
So that adds to this
Yeah.
game too. Now we have both
Yeah.
of the former national champs playing off against
that
each
is
other in
crazy.
week 1.
Yeah,
Storylines
and they were actually
continue
saying that game should have been a primetime game or whatever, because it has that legacy behind it, So
And it is.
it's gonna be a great
because,
game.
we're both still going to call that on Saturday.
Hey, for real, I'm gonna just tell Georgia. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Do not sleep on Clemson, man. Y'all think it's easy, man. I'm telling you right now.
They had
This
number 1
Clemson
highest
unit-
overall for a reason,
This
man.
Clemson unit, man, is not a game. Not a game, man. Get your reloads.
And another thing too, we are looking to get back on Twitch to grow our platform there. So I was talking with Rob. I haven't talked to you in probably about a week, 2-3 weeks about this, but we're trying to have it where he can stream on Twitch like he did a few years ago, so that we could start growing our fan base there to start of course, expanding the RFL and different platforms. I know there's various people who also found out about us from us doing it on Twitch for a short time that we did. I think Anthony Fry was one of those guys, and he said his first game was when you were calling one of them. And I think, did we do that for the RFL season?
Yeah,
or the
we did.
college? Yeah, we did it for the
That was
RFL.
RFL.
So we're looking to get back on Twitch with that, with the games. So I'll get Rob on doing that. I forgot to change that on the bottoms here, so I kept YouTube. But
What do you guys think about that in the chat? You guys all good with Twitch? I'm just curious to see if if everybody's already got Twitch, if they've never been to Twitch before. I'm just curious.
Yeah, make sure. If you don't have it, download it so that we could try to. Because I know it's a lot of people who, to an extent, I think almost as much as YouTube, if not probably more. I don't know. I haven't been on Twitch in a while, but I know it's a lot of people that's on there that watch a lot of streaming with Madden and stuff like that. So that's a great place for us to be able to reach out, find some new guys. Still, of course, keep on YouTube and continue to grow our fan base. So make sure that you download Twitch and set up an account and get ready for that, because we're definitely going to try to stream our games there, because we want to do the same for the RFL season as well. We want to make sure that we have both platforms growing. And we'll move on to, did I already say my game? No. Okay, Maryland versus West Virginia. This was a good game in real life. I just saw the score. I didn't see exactly everything that happened, but Maryland was able to beat West Virginia. Maryland's first year being in the college series. West Virginia, another team, got a lot of hype behind them and a lot of players. Do you think they're going to live up to the hype here in week 1 and beat Maryland, especially after they just gained 7 total players now, or 6 new players to make it 7 at Maryland?
I'm still gonna roll with West Virginia, man. I think I think they got it. They've had a really big team dynamic this whole way through, and I feel like whether it was helping some of these guys with their builds or not, I feel like they've taken a real serious approach to this team building, and I think that they're gonna have a good season. So I'm gonna go with them.
Yeah, man. West Virginia is a school, like I said, when I was building them, they looked really, really good. I know they've had some disruption here, but so Smitty, are they keeping the O line, or is the O line just gone now? I'm trying to figure that one out.
So what's going to happen is the players are still going to be there. The only time they'll be replaced is if somebody submitted an application to take their place, which most of them didn't. So that means the player's still going to be there, but since they got kicked and dropped out of the series, their name will be changed from what they had.
Yeah, well, I know they looked they're really good on the offensive line. They looked really, really good on the defensive line as well. And they have a solid offense, man. With the quarterback, what's his name, Tajay, I believe, is the quarterback. And they did have a running back too. I don't remember his name, but they did have a running back that's a user, and I think he did check in. And then obviously the wide receiver core, we saw what happened with them. Should we talk about the Drains thing, Smitty, or the Thorns thing?
Thorns,
or Princeton Thorns.
I'm blanking on
what the attributes that we upgraded.
Oh yeah, I mean you can we could talk about that.
So initially when we saw there was a 79 acceleration on Princeton Thorns, man, which is just unrealistic. We even compared it into the whole foul with all of the players in the mod, and it was the lowest of all of them. So it more than likely was an error by myself, I'm believing. So what we did is we improved his acceleration to a base. I think it was like 85 or something like that is what we put it.
No
an
wide
average
receiver in the there was no wide receiver lower than an 85 acceleration.
Correct.
He was the only player out of the entire series that had a 79. And,
correct.
So I just moved that to the base.
Correct. And so now he became the number 2 guy there, and they still have a solid wide receiver core at West Virginia. So it's going to be interesting to see. Their defense also, from what I had seen, was pretty good as well. D'Lo is out there, and they've got some players, man. So I look for them to compete definitely, and it's going to be difficult. Not going to be an easy task running over West Virginia.
Yeah, so I gave it to West Virginia as well. Got them winning it by more than a touchdown. And to close out the day, on the 12th, we have the Wisconsin versus Penn State. This is another real-life game that took place in Penn State won that by 6. How
You,
about
did-
that?
you know,
Bill?
this is the only game that you've actually mentioned what the actual outcome was. It's almost
No,
like
I
you did that on
didn't.
purpose.
I literally did. I not say the same thing
You
for?
didn't.
I did say a real life. I said the same
No,
thing for
you
the last
didn't.
game, Maryland and West
No,
Virginia.
you
Did I not
didn't.
say the score?
Rob,
Rob,
back
did I
me
not?
up here.
Hey, community, did I not
You
just
didn't
say the
say
same
nothing
score?
about any other game
Did I not
until
say
he got
that
to the
Maryland beat
Wisconsin
West
game.
Virginia in real life? That was
You
literally
said-
the last game.
You said Maryland beat West Virginia?
He's saying I didn't bring up any team's real life score, but
Except
his.
for
Oh, yeah, he
Wisconsin
did.
losing.
I literally said Maryland and West Virginia.
Oh,
the
nah,
last
he
game.
did. I
And
think
not
he
only
did say
that, I even said
Bill.
Alabama and Miami to start it.
All right, I'll let it slide.
Boy, Bill, he started fighting over them badges, man.
Yeah.
I tell you, boy.
It's all good. They still not ranked. They may not be dead
Badgers?
last, but they not ranked.
What do badgers eat, man? What do badgers eat?
Everything.
They eat everything? Yeah, Bill
Just
started
don't
eating.
care.
Bill
think
started
they eat
going
more
crazy in the
L's than
booth right
anything,
now,
though.
man.
Get that bell out for them badges. Take them L's.
Bill.
That's messed up, man.
Hold on, man. Pause. You got timeout, man. Hey, Bill. That man just said y'all eat L's, man. Come on,
Yeah.
Bill.
Yeah, I know. And you want to know what?
Oh,
As much as I want to say something back, there's not much I can back up with it because we haven't had the greatest RFL
Right.
series seasons.
Yeah, now
Hey, that's why I like Bill, man. He's a realist, man.
Wisconsin. Look, I even said last year. I definitely gave Bill. This was talking about Bill the first season, and they were trash at the same time. So I was like, yeah. But Wisconsin really is not a bad team in real life. But the college series, they've been tripping. Last year they weren't. Did they were all right. They were all right. They weren't bad. But this year,
We had a
still
run
not
game.
ranked.
We'll
Yeah,
just
it
say
wasn't
Wisconsin produces some great RFL players. We can keep it at that, man. I think that's safe.
But the sad
That's
part about it is,
that's a problem.
hold up. Who you had? Justin
Coop.
Uron last year. You had who the running back? He was balling in the All-Star game.
Joe Duncan.
Yeah, Joe Duncan. But that's it.
Don't say more.
Kobe
Oh
Bamba.
yeah, Kobe Bam Bam. Yeah.
What about Morris Justice?
Tavion Blue.
Okay, y'all did have some
Look,
ballers.
What about Morris Justice,
Who
Bill?
is?
Malcolm Love.
Hey, Bill, don't skip it, Bill.
I don't know
What about-
what's going on here.
What about Morris Justice?
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Oh boy.
Alright,
You know,
so-
I'm about to go and secretly make an entire Wisconsin team next year. I've watched everybody try to cheat the system. I know all the ways to get away with it now. Next
Well,
year,
you guys actually
over.
got 2 players on your team. You had nobody, but now you got a quarterback and a tight end. So you got a quarterback, Zion Thor. That's a cool name, I guess. And the tight end, which is Coach Back's son. You had to transfer out of Ohio State, Chandler Back. So you got 2 players, buddy.
Ooh. And we're gonna go all the way to the championship.
Okay, Bill.
Yeah, so anyway, I got Penn State winning this one by 6 or more.
Hey, I'm gonna go. Hey, my man Bill be supporting, man. I'm gonna go Wisconsin gets it
There
done
it
at Penn
is.
State,
There you
man.
go.
Wisconsin. Hey, Bill, don't make me do this again, man.
Help them get through the pain
I'm
at the
going
end
to
of
Wisconsin.
results.
I'm gonna go with Wisconsin too. Watch, that'd been funny if I went Penn State.
Anyway, let's hurry up and get off this game. But
Yeah.
we have TCU versus Ohio State. Ohio State at once was the number 1 team in the series. They're still high overall. They're number 3 now. They just dropped 2 spots, but still tied at the top for overall. Do you think they get it done against TCU, even though their overall didn't turn out as you expected, as you were talking about earlier, Bill? You got number 3 versus number 17. I do got Ohio State winning still, though. I got them winning it by a touchdown or more.
Oh yeah, I got Ohio State. I honestly think Ohio State might end up being one of the best teams in the entire series this year. And you can mark my words right now.
Yeah, you said that last.
I know. I'm gonna say it
last
again.
Podcast. So yeah,
I'm gonna say it until they prove me wrong, and then I'm gonna act like I didn't. So, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and be a real dolphin right now to Ohio State, man. And I know they got all these guys and everything. They just think they're just so good, man. Yeah, Ohio State. We ain't gonna talk. We just gonna watch it all go down. Hey, man, this game, I'm supporting that boy Omari Harris, man. Let me get what's good nation out here, man. I hope I hope Omari Harris, man, my little man's out here, man. I hope he have 20 receptions in Ohio State, man. Honestly, man. Yeah, I said I'm hating. And y'all can talk behind my back and say whatever you want to say to DM. I hope that Omari Harris, who stayed true to his TCU, not on a stacked team, I hope he comes out here and has an excellent first week here in the RFL, man. And I hope they get it done against Ohio State, the juggernaut, who's looking to compete for a national championship.
Oh yeah. Did you already say something, Bill?
Bill, you there?
Sorry, the
Bill's
dog's
me.
barking.
Okay.
Okay. Coyotes, Bill. Coyotes.
Yeah, I do remember. He did give his prediction. He said Ohio State, I remember. All right,
Yeah,
and the
sorry about
final
that.
game of the college series, Rob will be calling this one. This one has the most prospects, I believe, out of any game competing in this one. It was a total, this was before the check-in, the cutoff, so there might be less, but from when I last checked, it'll be a total of 39 prospects that were submitted playing in this game. And so that's a huge game. Wanted to save that for last. And so we have Baylor versus UNC. I'm giving it to UNC, 4 points at home. Who you guys got?
I'm gonna go North Carolina. I think that they had a really magical surge when we reopened the applications. I think I might push them over the top.
Wait, did I say something inappropriate, guys, on the stream?
No.
Oh, because guys in the chat said they called. Did I say something wrong, Lorenzo? Hope I didn't say something wrong, man. Sorry if I did, man. I'll be quick with the words, man.
What
Anyway,
happened?
I thought I read something. I may have said something inappropriate or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm bugging. Anyway, so Baylor and UNC is what we have here.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, UNC, man, UNC is looking pretty tough too.
Yeah, I got one thing before you start talking. I know the
Yeah.
Miami boys ain't going to like this, but they
What's that?
played one game in the college series. And if you guys remember, Miami had the game won, and they decided to punt in the final seconds.
Oh, yeah, I
and
remember
they
that.
blocked it, took it to the house, and won the game. Remember that? So
I remember that. Yeah, I
that's
remember
crazy. But that UNC
Yikes.
technically undefeated in the college series.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting game. Especially with Baylor. We get to see the QB out there. Was it Otomo? Is it?
Mhm.
Yeah. Get to see him out there. So I don't know, man. I don't think UNC is gonna be a slouch though. I think UNC is definitely coming with everything they got here. That should be a great game. And this one, I'm just gonna go ahead and take I'm gonna take the great team at home, man. I think I'm gonna take UNC.
All right, so that is the week 1 schedule, our predictions. And man, just can't wait to get this thing started tomorrow. You already know it's going to be flowing from then on, games after games. But that's it for the schedule. This won't be too long of a podcast. We'll probably be coming soon up to open questions, because I know we're going to have some time for that going back to this here. So next, we're going to get a look at the prospects, and I'm pulling up my sheet right now.
Oh, I see what I did, Smitty. I picked the underdog. I'm just taking the underdog. Ohio State, man. Y'all know it's all love, man. Shout out to Zoe. But yeah, I'm just taking the underdog, man, in TCU in that game, man. Just want to see Omari. See if you can get it done, man, against y'all.
Okay, yeah. So what we're going to do now is look at the players that were recently added that we did not get to show off in the first podcast, who came in when we reopened applications. So here we go. Pull up the game now.
And then I should preface this by saying that there's only one guy not built, right? And that's last
Montez Jefferson.
Yeah, the last guy who was put in, and that's because I already promised him that he could have a player and he could get one in, but then we had to close it because we filled up and he was the last spot. So it was just a timing situation, but he will be built.
Are we supposed to be showing these, Smitty?
At this point, because that's an announcement I was thinking about making, that probably most likely I won't be adding new players.
Yeah, not changing nothing either, man.
Yeah,
It's not getting changed.
So
please don't DM us.
Because we're doing this, I just realized that's more, because I feel like it's good to show this, but then after you show it, you can't add anybody,
We're not changing anything, guys.
Yeah,
not
so
going
nothing's
down.
getting changed. It is what it is. This is what you have to deal with. Stop DMing Rob. Definitely stop DMing
Please
me.
don't.
That's
Please
one
stop.
of the main reasons why I haven't even responded back to you, because you already know not to show that I'm not going to show you what the stuff is, especially if applications are getting built. And I also heard that some of y'all were trying to go behind my back and talk to Rob and other commissioners about trying to get a glance. I should boot y'all out.
Head, man.
Yeah, we had a few people doing that.
Hey,
A few people
I ain't
that I
stitched.
could get out of
It
here
won't
right
be.
now. We're gonna honor the
Oh
code.
man, yeah,
we ain't
you
6'9"
guys,
out
man.
here, but I'm telling you right now, don't do that in the future. I will boot you out.
Yeah. That just causes confusion, guys. And if the commissioner tells y'all something, it don't matter what me and Bill say. If the commissioner tells y'all something, that's dead, man. Don't come to us and ask us after he done already told you. That's like what kids do with their parents, right? The mom tell you, no, you can't do this. Then you go ask the dad. And he said, yeah, go ahead. That's what I'm saying. Then they beefing. You know what I mean? Don't start beefs in the league office because all it's gonna do is end up in you getting banned.
Right.
So that's how it is, man.
Yeah, so Bama got new prospects. Got Rocky Balboa's son out here. Got Rocky Franklin Jr. And he actually dropped an overall compared to Wolf, who was there. Wolf was an 87. He only dropped one overall, but he's an 86 here for Alabama, taking over for him. And then they also got a strong safety in Dakota Dell. He's a 91 overall. This guy was an 86 from what I can remember, the generic that was sitting there. So that's a great addition right there for Bama. Surprised they still didn't jump up in overall when they was at a 93 from that because of their defense is where they're saying they're the weakest at. But yeah, that's it for Bama. Then we have Baylor got a new player, one new player at cornerback, which is David L. Kearney. And I'll show another one too because Whoa.
What are you doing? What?
You still ain't made Christian man.
I did make him.
Oh, you did?
What happened was it probably, I remember.
Look on.
It didn't.
Well, he's a D tackle.
Oh, you sure? Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
I thought it was D. Yeah, I was about to say, I know
we got it right.
Yeah. I was like, hold up, where is he at? But this is
Oh
something's not right here.
I'm about to feel so
Do we
terrible
have
for my boy
Franklin?
C-Dub, man.
What about this Franklin dude?
I don't
TJ?
think that's one of us.
Sure, there was a. They didn't
Did
have
you
a
build it?
Franklin.
I'm
I
looking
don't
on
know.
the sheet.
No, I'm only seeing one D in here. Never mind. But I thought, you sure? Let me
Yeah, I
check
don't
the
see.
old one. Check the old
They
one.
had 2 D tackles.
Well, the old one don't matter anyway because if he didn't check in. If he did check in, he didn't check in. So
Hey, so y'all know CW be supporting us so. Let me get hashtag CW in the chat, man. He be supporting us so hard, man. It's so crazy because it's always a conflict with his player, man. I don't know what it is. It's like I
man,
don't know what you
skin
call it.
last year
Yeah.
when he wasn't supposed to be. Got
Yeah.
made.
Yeah, man, didn't have the gear right, man. He tell us, man, I'm this guy. It's just crazy, man. So I'm glad we finally got my guy straight, man.
And shout out to I think Pecan36 for the $9.99 donation. Says Ohio State /TCU going to be the game of the week from number 8 Patrick Connery on Ohio State. You guys are awesome. Appreciate the donation, my guy. But yeah, he's made, and then they got a new addition and at the cornerback position, which is David McCraney.
Oh, Smitty, Greg Ashley, defensive end for Baylor. Is he missing?
No, Greg Ashley was there.
Greg Ashley was
He's
there.
right here.
Yep.
Hey, he's right there.
Yeah. So so David McCraney is new, and he actually took the spot away from Ray Settle. So
boy,
man, had the number 2 spot. Now you got to play the slot here, Settle.
Yikes.
Yeah, so that was crazy when I saw that. And he was built over a much lower overall guy in the 70s. He went all the way up to a 90, so I guess earned right there. Then we have Clemson, who has 3 new players, 2 of them at cornerback, which was Kadon King. Or
Nice.
is it Caden?
Kadon? Maybe Caden?
Caden?
Is it Caden?
Caden? Kadon? Kadon.
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 We going is he here? We gotta get this.
I thought I saw him in the chat.
Kadon. I think it's Kadon.
Kadon.
Well, Caden?
You can't just spell it for us, Kadon.
I'm not
Kadon,
sure
Kadon.
what this is. I'm just
Kadon.
calling him
He
King.
spelled it on the screen like duh.
That sounds like a pastry, man. Let me get a Kadon.
Kadon?
Have a Kadon.
Kadons.
I think it is Kadon. He says I'm right.
He says you're right.
K Don.
Caden.
Caden.
Don.
Caden.
Oh, K-Don.
Don.
Oh my
K-Don.
God, we are
Okay.
horrible.
Don.
We're
terrible,
we're
man.
announcers. But K-Don. Then we got Aiden Parker, who is actually.
Oh wait, hold on, guys. That might be Kai Don. Like
Kai Don.
Like Kai Don.
K
Yeah, like,
It's
Don.
K-Don.
K Don.
Okay,
Where did Don
K-Don.
come into the picture? Who's Don?
Okay, so we got K-Don out here. He was actually submitted before Aiden Parker, but Aiden Parker ended up being a higher overall based off of his submitted attributes. And look at this. This is why Clemson is looking dangerous. Look at this. 97, 94, 89.
Yeah.
These cornerbacks are not going to let anything get open. Like that's crazy.
Puma the Numa. Numa the Puma.
Yeah. And then we got outside linebacker. I need to see, is he right side or let me see. Joshua Frank. There he is. He's a 91 overall. So that's a new addition right there. I might have showed him last week, but I still got blue on him.
This Clemson team just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, this Clemson team is crazy.
Oh, he's got
That's why-
9. Look,
I tell y'all.
look at the speed, excel, and agility, and
Yeah.
none of that is things
trying
he
to tell
chose.
ya.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell y'all, man.
Dude, it's crazy.
Whoa! Oh, I'm drafting this guy. I don't
Joshua
even
Frank.
care what you do the rest of the season. Joshua Frank, if you're out there, you can do nothing. You can have -5 tackles. I'm drafting you next year.
Yeah, this guy's crazy. Is that it? Yeah, that's it for the new guys on Clemson. Then we got Georgia. They got 2 new players, and they are on the offensive line, both at the tackles positions.
Nice.
So at right tackle got Marquise Glover II, 86 overall. Then you got at left tackle
You ain't fill that up real quick.
King Rainey, 84
Fire,
overall.
man.
What do you say?
Let me get hashtag AR15, man. That man went out there drafting. Boy, oh boy.
So those are the new additions there to the line for AR there to get himself some protection. Then we have
Pretty smart
LSU. Like I said, they only got 1 new player, which is a wide receiver, who is Brady Urker. But John Tatum did not check in, so he will actually be dropped, and Urker will move up to the 2nd spot.
Oof.
So yeah. And Gambino, why is he? He should be on here. Yeah, he's on here.
Yo,
Yeah, so
As you were
Tatum's gonna be
saying,
on.
as you were saying, Tatum was dropped, man. I'm sitting there staring at his face just now. Look at his face.
Marquise.
Yeah, I just sitting there looking like, oh, come on,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Come on, man. Look at his face, man. Come on, man.
Then we got Maryland. Maryland got themselves a plethora of players.
Yeah, Maryland and
6
North
new
Carolina
players.
both out of nowhere just
So-
randomly had players.
Yeah, so they got running back here. Dale Barkley. He's an 85 overall. Let's see, they got cornerback here. I'm just going in the order in which I got it here on this sheet, which I know is kind of all over the place. So they didn't have any cornerbacks. Now they got LePaul. Is it LePaul?
LePaul
Napoleon.
Napoleon.
Isn't that supposed to be NAP?
It says
I don't know.
he's got it.
Is it? I don't know.
Oh yeah,
I could
NAP.
be wrong.
No, I messed that up.
Wow.
Fix that now.
Hey Smitty, wasn't Maryland one of the teams that you really wanted to have in the series?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Jerseys was fire.
Sort of interesting how both of the teams that you wanted all of a sudden just got a whole lot better during this last little bit of prospects.
That's because the guys know what's the
Pretty
great teams are. Man.
interesting, if I do say so myself.
They know who the great teams are.
Hey, hold on, Smitty, man. Hold on, Smitty. You gotta change LePaul swag there, man. Come on, man. He got on a white shooter sleeve, man. You gotta put that thing match the color of the team, man. What's going on,
I
man?
haven't for the new players, I still have to put some of their
Okay,
I just had
okay.
to hurry up and make them because at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
time I was still making generics and stuff. So I just hurried up and put
Man's
them
out
there.
here with the paper towel accessories, man.
So that might not be exactly what he got on his guy. But, the next one, I guess, is bro out here, David Napoleon. He's an 84 overall at the left tackle position. Then they got strong safety. Well, tight end. Let's go to tight end here. Peter Vaz, 91 overall at the tight end position. So that's a big addition right there. They also got a wide receiver, and they only have 1 wide receiver, which is this guy right here, Jacob Flowers, 83 overall. And the last position is the strong safety. Should have went the other way. And that's Chip Pierre Armani. He's 94 overall, strong safety.
Nice.
What?
Chip Pierre.
Yeah.
So, Chip Pierre Armani.
This is
Chip
a funny
Pierre.
story. So, you guys know I've been on the lookout for people trying to cheat the system. And Rob, I was talking to you about this. I thought this dude tried to change things up because I saw
Okey-doke.
two different prospect applications come through with the
Different
same
emails.
information.
Yeah.
And I jumped the gun and I assumed that it was a duplicate. I'm like, yo, man, hey, what's up with this, man? What's this? What's this all about? And I'm ready. I'm ready to defend. We can't be having duplicates and all that commish stuff. And he goes, oh no, man, I just changed my mind because I wanted him to be French. I'm like, oh. And then I looked, and yeah, he only actually submitted one.
Chip Pierre
I
Armani.
just thought it was hilarious because I was ready to go, and he's like, oh no, I just wanted to be French, man. That's it.
Hey, my boy Lito said, boy, a whole Gucci bag.
Oh, designer
Oh,
clothes.
man.
But we got
Boy, oh, boy.
Miami next. And Miami had 3 new players, 2 on the offensive line and 1 at receiver. And the new wide receiver is Deion Carter, who actually took the number 2 spot. There was somebody who was here.
Where?
I think I built since somebody submitted him over a player that was here before, I was able to build him over the player that was there. And he took the position. Actually, no, it was Price that I built, so that way he didn't get a higher overall than Davenport. He still ended up with a higher overall than Davenport with an 83. So Deion Carter is the new guy. So he's tied up here actually with Jacob.
Wow, looks
Eves.
like Miami's receiving core got a little bit better.
Yeah, rest in peace to Charlie Davenport.
Yeah, Davenport.
That's my man. Well, shout out to Charlie, man. Old Charlie, man. Youngster, man.
And then we got a new guard here, and it was Wyatt Wilson. He's 89, so that's a great offensive lineman there to help out KP. And they got a tackle here. Is that Carrion Foster?
Keyron Foster.
Chiron.
Oh, maybe
Chiron?
Keyron. Yeah.
Chiron.
Caron. I know he mad at me. Like, man, my teachers be messing it up, and now y'all gonna mess it up.
Is it Carrion?
Tyrone.
Because wasn't there a guy named Carrion?
Yeah, we did have a Carrion, but I don't know if it was spelled like that, was it?
No, it wasn't. But I'm just trying to see if he finesse or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, this is
Keegan.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you, Keegan. Why do you all have to pick such crazy names for us, man? It's like you guys want to.
Guys be picking the craziest names.
I'm gonna call him KF. KF's an 88.
KFC.
So
KFC.
Yeah, had to be on that line, man. He's an 88. So they got 2 very solid high 80 overall players on the offensive line and a mid 80s, a little bit of a low to mid 80s wide receiver and Deion Carter. Then North Carolina, they got 3 new offensive linemen, 2 new tackles and a center. So we'll start off here. Right tackle was this Arthur Curry. He's a 90 overall. So that's a great addition right there. The center is an 87 overall with Luke Young. And the left tackle is Dakota Baxter, is at 86 overall.
Did you forget to check out McCall's player on Miami?
Who was that?
Left end, Tyreek McCall.
What sheet did I get, man? Because I got the update. Because I'm gonna say there's 2. Because I didn't. If I passed him already, I didn't make him then.
Yeah,
So
he's on there.
guys.
Oh,
I
Smitty,
do have him here. DN. So did I make him? He's not highlighted blue. Oh, I made him though. Okay, there he goes. So yeah, he's a 92 overall. There you go, Tyreek. Is that?
Oh,
Tyreek. We got him in
hey,
there.
Smitty. There's a guy too on I had talked to Bill about this too. There's a guy on Georgia that is supposed to have. I left it off of the sheet. It's supposed to have an 85, I believe, pass block finesse. Rainey. Is it Rainey? Is his name Rainer or whatever?
On
Um,
Georgia?
on Georgia. Yeah. It's a lineman. He's supposed to have a 85 pass block finesse. I had accidentally left that off of the sheet. And I actually meant to tell you that, but we've been obviously distant, with everything that's been going on. So I didn't get a chance to.
Yeah,
but I think I updated. Did I update it on the sheet? I think I
No,
put
it still says
blank.
blank.
Yeah.
So it's 85.
Yes, it's 85. That's my apologies.
It's only one increase anyway, so that's good. You said pass block finesse?
That was my fault because he was a new guy and he submitted his stuff and I was in talks with them getting it. Let me check my DM. I think it's pass block finesse. Yeah, pass block finesse.
All right, now he's in 84.
Call. I gotta ask, why did you leave Alabama, man?
Oh man,
I seen him out there posting Miami gifts and everything now. What happened?
Yeah,
I know. But we go back a year. What's happening?
Yeah, North Carolina already went through their players.
Let me get hashtag no class. We get hashtag no class in the chat, man. No class.
You got Ohio State.
That boy in London with no class, man. Come on, man.
Outside linebackers. They got this is a new guy right here for Ohio State, which I believe really helped them get to that. Well, it did. It helped. I think this jumped them 2 overalls. This guy alone, Michael Galligan, 93 overall. So that's a great addition right there to an already stacked team in Ohio State. Then Oregon got themselves 2 new players, which was a strong safety. There you are. J.R. Poteet is a 93. And running back Justin Creel.
J.R. Poteet better be in this chat right now because he was all over us last week for not having his guy built. You out here?
I've seen his name before.
I hope so.
If it was in here.
I hope so, because I know he wanted to see his player bad.
And we got a good overall, 93. And then we got a 90 running back here with Justin Creel. So at fire additions right there for Oregon. Penn State got themselves a new player at tight end. And that's Jeff Sharp. 97 overall.
Wow.
Okay. Nice. You didn't tell me all that. Now I got to go and change my
Well,
gotta go. Come on, man.
Is he playing this week?
Set up, man. Oh yeah, is he playing this week?
Yeah.
Is you sure he didn't have you have to do COVID protocol or something?
What you mean?
Stay away from the team for a week.
Oh, nah, he's playing week 1.
Oh, this is whatever.
Hold
man.
on, Bill. What you trying?
Badgers. He trying to keep them out the Badgers game.
Done, man.
What?
And we got TCU got a new player, cornerback, and it is Jaquan Grayson, nice. 94 overall, which is crazy because Evan Marquez is a submitted guy. He was at number 1. This guy only 81. And he jumped up to a 94. So this guy just came in, took the spot, and he looks like he's going to be a stud.
Is this guy a safety?
He is big. I had to knock, and yeah, that's I'm saying that right now. I knocked your speed from 99 also to a 95 because not going to be flying like that at no 6'3", 224 at corner. So that got knocked down for. That's it for TCU. Nothing for Tennessee. You got Texas. Texas got themselves 2 new players, which I talked about, the wide receivers. So they got DJ Brooks, who's an 83, and Kendrick Dixon, who's an 82.
What?
Yep.
Those came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and then Corey. Oh, okay. I think that's a generic. I think this is generic. I don't think we had a Corey Smith here.
No, it was just Brooks and Dixon. Yeah, I'm curious. Ooh, Brooks has he got 97 agility with his build. Wow.
But he only got 65 strength though. 6'5", 225.
Yeah, we don't increase.
Staying off the weights. He's staying off the weights. Boy eating that lightweight dinner, man.
Ooh, look at Mitchie coming for the throat out here in the chat right now.
What did Mitch say?
He wants CC knocked down because he's got a 99 speed then.
Yeah, he's another guy that I was looking at too because he's about the same weight, but I don't think his weight. Let me see.
Jeez, Mitchie.
Oh boy.
Mitchie's too invested in this stuff.
Nah, but that's
Mitch from the top rope. on Georgia.
Yeah, see, yeah.
Hey, somebody
He's
go
gotta
ahead
get
and
knocked.
bitch.
Oh, look at this. Look what you just did, Mitchie.
Dang. See, you gonna have to box him. I mean, I did mark him, but I ain't gonna lie, I did forget.
Yeah.
Mitchell and S strikes again. Got him.
Yeah. I'll knock you
Boy,
down,
oh
son.
boy. Wow.
CC gonna be hot. Is he
Oh
here?
my.
Is he here?
in here?
He's
Yeah.
so hot, he doesn't want to talk. That's what's going on.
At least he's lucky he's got that Excel to back
Hey.
up. All right, so
Watch us.
Oh, no,
Hey,
he's
watch
down
it.
with Ward.
Backstabbers.
Yep, tied up with Ward. Then we got West Virginia.
Backstabbers.
Rob killing me. Where's West Virginia?
Boy,
Okay.
oh boy.
Yeah, West
Magnum
Virginia-
P.I. out here.
West Virginia's got 2 players. Cornerback, who is Tyler Bowman Jr. There he is. He comes in at 3, tied up with Grooms, 89. So they got 3 cornerbacks. And then they got a kicker. There's another female, second female submitted player in the RFL College Series, and it is Olivia Queenzell. Ignore the stash. That's the face you wanted. 94 overall, though. So good kick. 99 accuracy, of course. Good 90 kick power. All right, so that's it for West Virginia. And last, of course, least, Wisconsin, man. We got who we got here. He kind of helped out.
Mitchie the Snitchy.
Mitchie the Snitch. He is out here ratatouille.
You know, he don't even be carried either, man.
Not even. He said lead first.
Zion Thor.
Yeah, Zion Thor. So the quarterback that was here originally was an 80. So he helped him out to 3 overall. So Zion
Look at that.
Thor, I think it is.
Zion.
Yeah, Zion
Whatever.
Thor. And then you got a tight end and Chandler back. 95. There you go. Even looks like Coach back on the picture, don't he? That's hilarious. But yeah, that's the new players that are added on to the RFL College Series. So just wanted to show you guys that. And the last thing I wanted to do is let me go back out of here. Is just give you guys the latest updates you guys can see from one of the topic points here of the RFL. This really isn't too much of an update if you have been a part of the Discord, because it's pretty much going to be elaborating what I've been posting there. So first thing is, this year, unfortunately, due to how much time it took and still unable to build every single player and make them all generics, there will be no transferring this year. So where you are, you will have to stay. The good thing about that is that, of course, you know, you have to play 2 years this season so that we can flip the times where the college series and the draft takes place. So you guys don't have to wait as long. So because of that, you guys can transfer after this year. All right, we might look into certain protocols too for that to make sure that, well, I guess you would mess yourself up if you try to transfer somewhere just because you know, you want a natty or something, which wouldn't make sense. But yeah, no transferring for this year. So where these guys are, that's where they would stay. Also, just to go back off of what I was talking about, I definitely was not able to make every single player generic. It was a ton of players, and because of that, I did a good amount with some players. Definitely did a good amount. But there's going to be some real life players in this year's series. We're just going to have to let it rock out. But what I will do, since we will still be using the same file for the following year, I will be adding, making sure during the RFL season that I get rid of those real life players and add in the generics like I was trying to do this year. So, and what we'll do is we'll take into account if that's we'll treat that as if it's that player's first season in the college series. So whoever was here to stay for the 2 seasons with their name and everything, we'll treat that as such. And the others, we will just be doing, you know, adding them and then acting as if that happened at this is their first year. Another thing is that the schedule. So we showed you guys a schedule before. And I did say in the last podcast that the schedule has a high chance of still having to have to be changed completely from what we showed you. We went into the the file and everything to try to change the schedule, and of course that ended up being the case because their bye weeks didn't add up to ours. Of course, as it's technically in Madden, it's an NFL schedule, so it was all over the place. So what we are doing is we are changing up the schedule, and we're working on that as the season goes on. So we will not have a full-fledged schedule for you guys to know exactly everybody you're playing. We are still trying to have the matchups that we had your teams playing this year play each other, but it will be at different times. So just stay aware of that. And yeah, that's all I can really say about that. So we'll be just letting you guys know that, and then just of course stay tuned to the graphics, because just like how I did with this right here, the schedule, we'll be posting this out, so you guys will be able to at least keep up weekly with what's going to happen. We have up to week 3 completely done. I don't have the graphics for 2 or 3 yet, because of course, like I said, a lot of time's been going on, a lot of things I've been having to work on, but those will of course be posted on social media and of course in the podcast when that stuff comes up. So this is the week, and we'll have that the following weeks, and we'll let you guys know if we are able to finish the entire schedule at some point, and then let you guys know what those matchups are. Probably have a podcast and just go through the season schedule, and in the actual game. So that's all I really have for the news that's been going on, the current updates about the college series. Right now, that's it for our main topic. So right now it's open community questions time. So if you guys got any questions you guys want to ask us, we can answer them here live for you guys. If you don't, then of course we'll head up out of here, and we'll see you guys tomorrow on game day. So any questions, go ahead, drop them in the chat.
Who's the player you're most excited to see this college series?
Well, I feel like just because he's drawn a lot of attention to himself and showed the type of character that he is, I think most people probably would have to say the first poster boy of the college series, and of course the guy who got the song in his name, his name in the RFL college series song, AR, man. I want to see if he actually plays well at 5'9", 179 on a championship team just from last year. Can he lead them back to, where they were? Can he be as good, if not better, than Kai Cash? There's a lot surrounding that guy's storyline already. So that's one guy I'm just extremely excited to see if he can actually live up to the hype.
JT Jordan, yes, it is too late to change your number, and we don't have 0 as an option anyway. Do we? I don't think so we do.
Because once you try to change it in franchise file, it gets rid of the 0 option.
And this ain't the NBA, JT.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing a whole bunch of stuff, man. Like, there's a lot of players, definitely. Obviously, AR. It's going to be interesting to see, how he does. But obviously, just as a whole, I just want to see if Georgia's able to compete again and win a natty. Will they go undefeated? No one's beat them yet, so it'll be interesting to see that. The same thing goes for teams like Baylor. I want to see if Baylor, is going to be able to do anything, and just like a lot of stuff, man. Obviously, the Amari Harris has been around a long time, and this is like a lot of guys, man. That we've been that have been here the whole way, so yeah, I'm interested in seeing how all those storylines come together here in season 3.
I actually am more. I'm really curious about Ohio State, man. Like, the first college series, they started off hot, then sort of fizzled a little bit. Last year, they didn't really have much going for them. This year, they're ranked one of the highest teams overall wise, and they have a lot of commits. I'm excited, man. I want to see what Ohio State can do this year. Of course, I do want to see, my Wisconsin Badgers too, but I want to see what Monte Wyatt and, some of these other guys at Ohio State can do. And so that's one of the things I'm looking forward to.
Okay,
Let's see. We got.
And Tavion,
is it too late to
guy isn't made yet because, of course, the whole situation with that, being different. I did not see that he was added at the time that I was making the players, but I just saw that Bill informed me before I hopped on the podcast today, so your player will be made. So we do not have any opinions on him though, because he's not made yet.
Mark Glover. Yes, it is too late to update the application. We just said that before. You might not have been here. Applications are done. There's no more edits being done. Games start tomorrow. And yeah, that stuff is all closed up.
I got a question, Smitty.
Mm-hmm.
What is the slider we're going to be on?
Ooh.
Well, what's been going? I've tested a decent amount of games, I would have to say, but it's still low key in test mode. I don't feel like I have to touch sliders really like that. I
Well,
feel
what's
like
the
if
game
anything,
game mode? Yeah.
I'm teetering between pro and all pro. So it's right now, week 1, I'm doing all pro. I do feel like quarterback accuracy might be something that might needs to be knocked down a bit, but I'm telling you guys, the way the game is playing, it doesn't seem like much at all really needs to be changed, except for the high accuracy counts of the quarterbacks. But sometimes I'm seeing some games where they're not so high, but even though you see that, yeah, it's okay, so that means they can go low. I'm still seeing a ton of games from the test that I was able to run that they're still completing extremely high percentages. So that's one thing that's kind of gotten me that got me thinking that if anything, I think I only have to change the quarterback accuracy, and if there's anything that spirals off from that, then I'll let you guys know what I can adjust. But another thing is I really don't want to put out there too much also about what's going on with the sliders too much, but that basic information you guys pretty much know. Last year we were flipping back and forth for stuff, taking community suggestions and stuff like that. But that's honestly, I think, putting guys certain, like you guys probably in panic mode, thinking that your performance suffered because of drastic changes and stuff like that. And I guess it's understandable and everything like that, but you got to understand that everybody is under the same exact sliders that you are. So no matter what gets changed, as long as it's not changed in the middle of the week from another game that happened that week, you're still under the same exact slider sets that somebody else was in, that everyone else was in that week. So there's really nothing you can say about if your performance dips off from that. But I really don't see too much I have to change. I just feel like the accuracy might be something that has to be toned down a bit. One of the big reasons why I'm kind of teetering between all pro and pro is because in all pro, what I'm definitely seeing that defense is playing a lot more to where they should overall wise. But sometimes I'm seeing them play kind of too OP, but they are OP. So that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know. Then on pro, they're still playing good, but it's playing kind of like college football where you are seeing points being scored in a realistic way with the defense still being there, but just not as much as all pro. So that's what I'm kind of looking at right now. Whichever one really emerges that I feel like fits more when I see more games and actual games happening, that's what I'll go with. But as of right now, I'm just going with straight default sliders because I've already ran a couple premier games, so everyone has to play on that. So I've got it on default and all pro.
Yeah, I'm an all pro fan, man. Love it.
Yeah, me too.
Works in the RFL. Works very well.
Pecan 36. Can we make sure the Big Ten gets some love on commentary since the majority of the Big 12 ACC SEC schools are stacked? Yeah.
We'll try to balance out what we can, but the main thing for us is we do want to make sure everybody's getting their shine to be able to have a game where we're calling over, but you definitely, if we see a big time matchup, we got to put that in the forefront and call that. But we got a decent amount of slots that are open that we call anyway, which is why this is the main week where me and Robert will be calling games together. So we only got one game tomorrow, but typically on Thursdays, me and him will have our own separate game to cover, more games. I'll have 2 games that day. So we can cover up to 6 games when we're doing the solos, and then we'll call one together on Saturday, depending on if Rob can be there, depending on his situation. So that gives 7 possible games with prime time for us to be able to choose from a max of 16 games. So I'm pretty sure everybody should have an opportunity, no matter what school you chose, especially as some schools don't have any players, to be in the prime time.
Wait, aren't the big teams, the Big Ten schools, are the schools that don't have hardly any prospects except Ohio State?
Hey, man.
You
Sorry.
got, Ohio State.
I mean, I'm just a realist, man. I know y'all want us to call, just say Ohio State football, man, because we can't just be calling primetime games on one dude. You know what I'm saying? And it's nobody else at all. And we can't have those. We gotta call the big games, man. You know what I'm saying? And
we call the
people,
games,
man.
But
yeah,
the only time we'll call it, the only time though the times that we will call, because I know it's going to be a few times, is if it's a great team though.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
don't
of
matter if
course.
they have players or
Like,
not. If it's a great team, we'll
I
call
want to hurt
that.
feelings, guys. I'm just saying, we
Yeah.
can't be up here,
not everybody
calling a
can
game with
be
nobody on there. You know
Wisconsin.
what I'm saying?
All right, so everybody just calm
Yeah.
down a little bit.
Your team's not even ranked, Bill.
Oh,
What are you
man.
talking about here?
Dude, we have Xeon Thor. The guy's got the name of an Avenger. Like,
Man.
what do you mean?
He's going to need to get avenged after the L y'all take this week to Penn State.
No.
Can't be out here calling Wisconsin and Purdue, guys.
Oh,
Sorry.
what?
Yeah, so
Can't be out here calling Nebraska
that's the
and
main
Wisconsin.
thing.
Guys.
We'll just call. We're definitely going to put the big time games in the primetime moments.
I'm messing with you, Bill.
Let me see. What do we got here? Where did I leave off? JT Jordan, man, that's a lot. That would probably carry the entirety of our question section. So I don't know if we want to do that. Thoughts on each of the SEC teams. Plus, it's way too early for that stuff, too, guys.
Way
Like,
too early.
We already gave.
we don't
pretty
know much
what
about
we
these
could
guys
off of the schedule predictions.
Yeah. Anthony Fry. You think I hate Notre Dame? I really don't hate Notre Dame at all. I just think that while their jerseys are historic, they're pretty boring. That's my only thing with it. That's why I kept going to Notre Dame when everybody was like ducking away from Louisville and North Carolina and Maryland, because let's be honest, man, like those teams have better uniforms. That's all it was. Anthony.
Dang. Call it man Anthony. Use all the syllables.
What are your guys' thoughts on the Georgia wide receiver units? Again, it's we just don't know much about these guys. They could all suck or they could all be the best. We don't know.
Since of course, like I said, we're not going to add any new players or anything like that. So most likely we're not. Ain't no most likely. I think it's best, since we've showed overalls and stuff like that and attributes, that we just keep applications closed until next season. But we could look at the wide receivers for that reason. So just looking at, I guess we can look at them right here. It's solid. Now
I didn't, Mitch.
This D.D. Samuel Jr. guy did not check in, so he'll still be here.
Addy.
He'll be dropped.
No, Mitch, I did not say I like all pro 2K8.
So I mean,
I
still,
didn't
this is
say I
going
love
to be
all pro 2K8.
the crew, though. This is still going to be the receiving corps, regardless. So that looks good. I think they'll be solid. What you guys think?
Yeah, I think they'll be good.
Yeah. Oh, this is the thing that was bothering me, man. Where is it at? Go down to junior. All right, so Tyreek Bryant. Wait, he's 5'10" or 5'9"? I thought he was 5'9".
No, he's 5'10".
Okay. All right, so what was it about this guy? Go down
85
to
agility. Oh, are we looking at good things? I'm sorry.
Let me see this. Scroll over. Oh, you only look at the bad, Bill.
Trying to be rude.
Yeah, go over. Yeah, I only look at the bad things. So go over. Let me see this. Oh no, let me see something. What was it about this guy? His release is 90.
Yeah. I think you might have been thinking about somebody else.
Oh no, go down to Samuel Jr.
Are you still looking for the run blocking stuff?
No. Go over. Yeah, he has a 71. He has a 71 release in the slot.
Yikes.
Yeah. So, I mean, I get it. I'm not going to discriminate against shorter wide receivers at all. But I had been looking at those two players, and I was saying it'd be nice to have this 6'2" guy here, 205, 99 speed and acceleration at the one. But then his release is off. You see, so I thought that, not saying that Tyreek Bryant isn't a good wide receiver, but I kind of thought that Tyreek's build is more for a slot guy, right? And that Samuels is more for a guy, number one guy, in my opinion. But yeah, that was the only discrepancy I saw there. But I still think that it's a solid wide receiver core.
All right, any other questions?
Oh yeah, we got questions. How many games do you think Florida will win? I'm not going to answer that if you guys want to.
Yet, so
yeah,
we can't really answer that at the moment. But I guess the better question: do you guys think they'll make a bowl game? Do you think they'll at least win after games to make a bowl game?
You broke up for me, Smitty. What'd you say?
I said, do you think they'll at least win half their games to make a bowl game appearance?
Oh yeah, I think so.
Oh, Georgia? Oh
Florida.
yeah, I don't think
No, I
that.
thought you were
Yeah,
talking
I
about
don't.
Florida State.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
Florida.
Florida.
Oh,
Florida
Florida.
State?
Yeah.
Is it Florida State or Florida? Which one is it?
No, Florida.
Oh, Florida? Yeah.
I never said Florida State.
Oh,
You sure?
You're crazy. I'm sure I didn't say Florida State.
so wait, what is the question about Florida, Bill?
Wins and losses for Florida.
Oh, I can't call it, man. We haven't even seen them play. I mean, yeah, they got a solid team, but we haven't seen nobody play yet. Look, I tell people this every year. We're not gonna know who's who and what's what until week 4.
Yeah.
Once week 4 gets here, we're gonna know
We'll
immediately.
start to get an idea
Yeah,
after this week
exactly.
passes, but most likely we won't know until like week 4, like Rob said.
Hopefully the sliders are good out the gate and we don't have to change those. You know,
What underdog has the best chance to win the championship? Again, like I know everybody's really excited and wants
I don't
to
even know
talk
who's the
about 'em.
underdog.
Yeah, it's
I
just
know.
but it's just like we'd be lying if we tried to sound like we knew what we were talking about yet, you know?
Yeah,
Like with a lot of these
like,
teams.
Yeah, you could
even
be
with
UCLA
the
right now with an 80, and they could still rock out and end up winning and going to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't
like
know.
even with our predictions, don't get mad and go out of here and quit the RFL because you didn't like what we said about your player or something, man. You know, or whatever. You know, like this is like me and Bill didn't even have the roster. we don't even know what the new teams look like. You see, so this is just all off the top of our head and based off what we're seeing on the screen. So you know, it could be faulty, man. You know, you never know what it's going to be, and like Smitty said, it could very well be a team that a dark horse. They come up, out of nowhere, and start wrecking.
Know. And then sometimes it just happens, and that's why I say you can't panic and try to blame anything on sliders. Sometimes a team, especially in franchise, is just hot. We've seen it happen with the Desperados in the RFL. You know, that's a team that was probably one of the lowest, and it currently is the lowest.
They were
RFL
the lowest,
team.
yeah. They were the lowest overall.
So, lowest overall team, and they made it all the way to the playoffs. Number 1 seed in the NRC. So that lets you know right there, like, that you really can't think that just because they're low, or you can't take any team for granted here that you play, to be honest, because any team can come out, ball out. Everyone's still pretty much stacked. If you look at it, everybody's an 80 at least in overall team wise. That's not bad. Yeah. So you never know how things play out.
Mm-hmm. I see what you're saying there, Chris. So that's that there. I believe that the mod has fixed all of the mod that we have has fixed the playbooks to where you don't see the nonsense in the games that we were seeing. However, I will say that I am prepared. I am prepared for that if that's an issue. Mm-hmm. We're just going to rock with what we have now because it's just too close. But if we do see something, or if the commiss sees something that he doesn't like, then yes, we can put the modded playbook on there to where I'll go in there and take out all the bad plays or all the teams' playbooks that they have, and it'll be whatever. So go ahead, Smitty.
Now, one thing I will say is, from my testing, I don't see anything wrong with the playbooks.
Right,
honest.
And that's what I was thinking, because
they look great. Yeah. Now, we're not going to sit here and say that. I'm not going to say that you're not going to see some dumb play calls. Yeah, that's going to happen sometimes, but that's because that's the play call they chose. It's nothing to do with the book. When I look at the book, it actually calls a variety of different things, and it actually is like, in a sense, you're not seeing a draw on third down all the time and stuff like that as often. Yeah. So I think the playbooks are way better, and honestly, I don't feel we need to touch them at all this year. Now, one thing
Alvin
I will
Mack
say,
wants to...
before that, I will say this, though. We will see there's just nothing we can fix about this. There's going to be teams who are going to try field goals from the 45-yard line. I've noticed that quite a bit when they know they can't hit it. So just to put that out there before you guys start complaining about it, there's nothing we can do to change that. We're not about to increase kick power because then everybody's going to be making everything. That's one issue that I've seen from the gameplay. But I will tell you this, the overall gameplay, whatever came with this mod, the way that they're it's unlocking all of the animations that they have in their storage. So you're seeing a whole lot of different things you never saw in the base Madden 20 when the game came out, So that's one thing I will say, is that the gameplay is fire though. When people make plays, even on defense, it's fire.
Yeah, go ahead, Bill. Go ahead.
I was just gonna. Alvin Mack just wants to know if attributes are gonna increase or decrease in season 2 depending on player play.
No, so because you guys are already high overalls and things like that, I mentioned this in the last podcast that the only way you guys are going to be able to increase is from reload bucks. The generics, everyone's going to stay the same, and the reason why everyone's
go ahead, Smitty.
the reason why everybody's going to stay the same is because we're carrying this file onto the next one, and we can't go into the next season because the game glitches out and has an error. So I have to keep it. I made another file of the same file from where it's at before I start recording games. So that's for the following season, and we're just going to pick up from there. But whatever you increase with reload bucks, we'll document and of course make sure that that's changed for the following season. But there's no other way to increase during the season, because if we were to turn that on also, it would just be a whole bunch of guys hitting 90s and stuff extremely fast. And I do not have the time to try to test XP out and stuff like that to try to make sure it's little. And then there's also guys right now who have XP points on them, which while I was making them and while Rob made some, he already made them already. So I don't want to have to use all those points and then try to pinpoint, what we got to take off and stuff like that, because we just don't have the time for it.
Smitty, this is 2 questions I have. One, when will guys be able to use reload bucks on their college players?
So I mentioned that earlier in the podcast, and I'm trying to see if I can have something for you guys by week 2.
Okay.
I would try to look into that. One thing I got on my mind is pretty much keeping it the same system, but having it to where instead of it being at 85, it'll be a 90 because of college.
Okay. The 2, when is the next check-in?
I'm looking to also. I did want to do that for week 1, but once again, like I said, caught up with a lot of stuff. I think I'm going to try to do that for week 2 as well.
Week 2 as well. Okay, guys, you guys got it out there. That was one of the most popular questions I was getting in the DM. So you guys have heard it, and 50 strong in here. Pass the word. Thank you.
So we got 2 more. We'll leave out of here at 10:20. So 2 more minutes of questions.
Who replaced BJ Stroughter?
I think I found a name to replace his name, but she's still technically there. All right. So this is what I did. I did find a name from a generic from Madden to replace his name. I put the negative thing next to his name to know that, just so I can know that this player was dropped and he cannot be added to the college series. There's a couple guys I got to do that for, if they're cut off their teams. So if you see that, then that means this player will not be available to be in the RFL draft, and he was either dropped or whatever the circumstance was that he can't be in there.
Got you.
I got 1 more minute.
It says Tanner Thomas left the series a long time ago. Does that mean Terrence Weary can be built over the first left outside linebacker that Tanner was built off of, since he is the first offensive linebacker on our roster?
Well, I mean, wouldn't you
players
want
are
Tanner
already-
to stay that way? Because, I mean, the player is still there, isn't he not?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
plus,
the
if
player's
your
still
player
there.
was already built, we're not remaking him. Your guy's already here, so he can't be remade.
Well, yeah, because like D'Lo, what I'm saying is, if you do that, then you're basically taking away a starting caliber linebacker from your team. Because the guys who got dropped because of inactivity are still going to be there
But
under
this
a
is what I'm
different
gonna say
name.
too. So he's saying that Hankel's still here, or is it Thomas that left? Because
He's saying Thomas left.
all right, so what's going to happen is Hankel's going to move up here, and Thomas is going to have to drop back because Hankel's a submitted player. But I cannot build him over him. That spot was already taken. He just takes the first spot. Once the player's made, that's what he is.
Smitty, can RFL players with reload stacked use that on college players?
Yeah. If you
Yep.
you can use your reloads on any player at any point, well, if they're in that season, you cannot use reload bucks on your RFL player during the college series and vice versa. But if you have players in both, then you can use it based on the player who's in the season.
Also, I want to just make this announcement, Smitty. To I know some of y'all are trying to do this designers for hire thing, man. I'm just gonna keep it all the way real, man. Some of y'all are trying to spend $5,000 for screenshots of your player, bro. Like, I'm curving it. I don't care who you are or whatever, man. If you come to me with that, man, so I'm gonna curve it, man. You got to understand that like this needs to be realistic. When we think of something that's great, we think of Beazle, we think of what Lito was doing. You know those sorts of things, man. Now, not to say that people who are just trying and everything shouldn't be paid, but you cannot expect to be getting 5,000 for something that you said is cloudy, it's out of focus, it's not even something that we would even put on our main page, let alone our team pages. So if y'all try that hustle, man, just know that I'm curving it every single time. I already told Brewer we're curving it. Y'all, we're not doing it, man. We're not allowing y'all to just pay each other because y'all want to, share reloads or whatever it is, man. So come correct or don't come at all, man.
Yeah. Give real quality work
Yeah.
to pay for it, because like he was saying, it definitely is some screenshots. And I'm seeing, dude, this is another thing. If you make graphics and you're using a player, cut them out cleanly. I don't see why guys got pieces of the background still connected to the player and think they should be compensated reloads or whatever for that. It's not a good photo. Anytime you see that, the photo is trash. I'm not saying that your skills all the way are, because of course anybody can develop, but I'm saying anytime that you have a player that's not cleanly cut out that you're using for a graphic, that does not look good at all. So don't try to. If I see that though, and somebody's trying to get reloads for that, they will not get any for that, because that's not. Nobody should have to pay for a player that's not even cut out correctly.
We might have to have the curve too, Smitty, on how much work you can do, like how we had to put on Lito last year.
Yeah.
How much work you can do a week.
Mm-hmm. And then
I can already see these people trying to make a flip right now, man. This is not the street, guys. It's not happening.
And then another thing is that we're not compensating you for that. That's the player that's asking for it. So we don't give out reloads no more for somebody doing a job. So it's only up to the player that you're making it for to give you what he's willing to pay for the graphic. And if we see that what you're giving him isn't worth it, and for some reason he doesn't see it, we're not going to let that slide. So we already passed our time here. So I'll take one more question if we got one. Leave out of here on the even.
D'Angelo, you can message the website and I will get to it later tonight when I get a chance. And now we got Cupac out here snitching on players' attributes. He wants to know if Tyler Matthews' speed on UNC is a glitch because of oh no, he's trying to get a improve, because he said of Princeton Thorns' situation. He wants to know if Tyler Matthews' speed of free safety on North Carolina is a glitch.
It was we only looked at wide receivers and stuff for that. I did not look across the board for safeties and stuff like that. Most likely I will not be changing that at this point.
Yo, if you DM me about anything from this thing, at this point when we go off this podcast, if you DM anybody here, I'm taking 1,000 reloads every time, bro. Do not worry about this, bro. We're not doing this, man.
And another thing is that, like, I understand dudes trying to have the best season and all that stuff, trying to make the best team. But look, you know how we operate here in the RFL. It's all about being even, fair. If that's not what your player had, stop trying to cheat and look at what the dude had and try to get overalls or try to get over, have other players built on. That's not going to work here. You know I'm not going to accept that. So stop trying to push it on either Rob or Bill or whoever else, because I'm not going to do it. You know I'm not going to do it. I've seen some guys when I was making players before trying to ask me, oh, what was my guy's attributes and stuff like that? I'm not telling you that. You're not supposed to know that. You're supposed to put the attributes on the application like you did, like everyone else had to do when they applied to make a player. So that's the way that we operate here. There's no getting over on nothing. We find out that happens, of course, there's going to be a consequence of either your player being deducted or kicked out the league, period. So stop trying to get over in this league. It's all about fair being fair and winning it fair. Like, you know, if you're trying to get by and cheat, you didn't honestly win anything. You cheated. Everything has to be earned here. That's why we got Reload Bucks. That's why we have all this other stuff. We take that serious. And, you know, like you guys already know, especially guys who tried to offer money before. I don't care about money. Don't try to come to me about money to try to change something, because it's not going to happen.
Payola. Not a payola, man. Get out of here with that. He ain't no DJ. Play my track, man. Play my track. That's crazy.
Yeah, so that'll actually be all for us today. I know it kind of got a little bit serious there towards the end, but we just want to make sure that it's out there, because we still see guys, you know, playing around thinking it's, you know, that we're taking it light. You're not taking it light. This is serious for us.
If you DM us about any change, if I see it in the chat, I'm taking reloads off G. I'm telling y'all, I'm taking reloads. Don't do it.
Say nothing about I didn't know, unless
right.
Like, we know for a fact you probably wasn't at the podcast, but then at the same time, why weren't you at the podcast? We'll figure out. We'll figure out. So
y'all getting backed into a corner right now.
Yeah, nobody should ask that. You talking about them or us?
The chat, like they know where to go.
Yeah, but
who was there? Why weren't you there?
But yeah, so that's gonna be it for us. Appreciate you guys as always. Hey, tomorrow's game day. Tomorrow is game day, the first game of the college series. I think I pressed the wrong button here. Yeah, that's not the right. There we go. First game, Alabama versus Miami.
Hold on.
That's gonna be huge.
That's all you gotta do. So they're gonna go, ooh.
Yeah, that's about to be a big one. We'll see you guys then. It's your boy Smitty, RFL Commissioner and Play-by-Play commentator, along with Rob and Bill. As always, signing out on RFL Live on the podcast. Peace.